Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for you. This is a transfer rundown of the day's latest news. We will be back on later tonight as well with a rundown of the evening's latest news, if there is any. But we'll be getting into all the day's latest goings on right now in regards to Wout Weghorst for the latest updates. So let's be having you. I hope you're all great today. Thanks for getting in here for the stream. I can see we've got JM Beer, Shay Gooch, Berber, Malps, Tonk Nash, Gungshi, a legend. I hope everything's okay with you and your sister, my friend. How are you doing, you legend? Elliot Manduna, Reaper King, Mohammed Stew, Philip Chapman, Kay Slater. The Hoop Man, everybody, thank you very much for getting in here. Ben Roper, good to see you too. Do us a favour at the start of this show, guys, and smash that like button. Give it a raw thumbs up at the start of the show. That helps the channel out. Also, give it a share around if you want. The Twitter link is pinned at the top of the live chat for this show, so go give it a retweet and help share the show out there. We will give you a shout out at the end of the show if everyone retweets it. Right, so let's get into it. Wout Weghorst, guys. Looks like it's getting closer in regards to coming to United. There are more updates coming out today, and we've got some information here just from an hour ago from Fabrizio Romano in regards to Wout Weghorst's position. Basically, this guy would love to come and play for United, it turns out. Of course he would. It's a tremendous club. I think he's actually followed Manchester United on social media for a long time before he was actually a player. I saw some sort of post like that on social media earlier. He loves a bit of United. And he would love to play for Ten Hag as well, with the Dutch vibes, that sort of connection there. They're from the same part of the Netherlands, etc. So there's a good chance that it will happen just based on the fact that Wout Weghorst would really like to come. And also Ten Hag's position is understood to be that he really wants to bring him in as well, and he thinks he would add something different, what we need to our side, and give us some different options. So, that is obviously positive. There's a big news that Ten Hag's basically very interested in bringing in Weghorst for this January window, just to help us bolster our options for the rest of the season. I think it is a good signing based on the fact that it's just a short-term fix, isn't it? But it would be a good signing for us just to give us something different. He's a big 6'6" beast of a unit of a man. You can whip those balls into him. He gives you a different facet. Tony Martial's gashing the air. This guy is good, he's maybe not going to get you ridiculously clinical amounts of goals, like one a game or anything crazy like that, but he's going to be, a decent contributor, hopefully, for a while. That's the idea. That's the idea with Wout Weghorst, guys. So it's getting closer. It's looking likely that it may happen. There's still some issues, of course, that need to be ironed out. We'll get into those now. So, for instance, it's understood that Besiktas, have an option to buy Weghorst for 10 million euros, at the end of the current season, meaning that obviously any sort of move that Manchester United want to make, obviously, they would have to. It's got to be. There has to be an agreement with basically both clubs here, essentially, because Besiktas have a deal with him for the rest of this contract for the loan deal anyway, with an option to buy. And look, they've got to be basically compensated for missing out on him for the rest of this season. But what is understood is that Besiktas are in a situation where they do need a bit of cash. So we have an update here that reports that Besiktas are in a desperate need of money and would benefit from any fee, however small, and that Man United would pay them for Wout Weghorst's signature. This is a report from Hearst Class, Paul Joyce here on Twitter. But, just some murmurs that maybe Besiktas would take a cheeky little payday. It is just a loan player that they're paying quite high wages to, I guess, to play for them, and it's a remainder of the season loan. He's quite keen to leave by all accounts, and so therefore maybe they can just make a cheeky little paid out of a player that's not even really theirs. So yes, I think it's kind of likely to be done because there's not a lot of money that's involved here. And there's also reports come out here that Burnley have held talks. This is an hour ago, that Burnley have held talks with Besiktas over the cancellation of Wout Weghorst's loan after he pleaded with them to allow him to complete a dream move to Manchester United. So lots of different reports and murmurs coming out to suggest that this guy wants to leave. He's desperate to leave and join Manchester United and join Ten Hag's project here. United are in a good upturn of form as well, and it's just a huge club, isn't it? It's a much bigger club than Besiktas, or Burnley. Let's face it, it's a much bigger club than Burnley as well. But there is some stumbling blocks there. Everybody has to be happy. All parties have to be happy. I think that it wouldn't take much to convince Besiktas to part ways with him because, well, it's just a temporary deal they've got with him anyway. If they can make any money out of it, why wouldn't they? Also, Burnley, yeah, enough said. Enough said about Burnley and their ability to keep hold of a player. Plus, they would want a little bit of the cash as well. I love that comment. Burberry says there's only room for one slab, and that's Slabhorst. Slabhorst. There you go. We will be getting another big old slab in there. This one up the other end of the pitch. I don't know. We could have a bit of slab on slab action in the team at times for the rest of the season. But no, I mean, obviously in the summer we may see Mags go down to one slab. But I think we could have a couple of slabs for a while. But anyway, let's ask the live chat then, guys. Do you want to see Weghorst sign for Manchester United? Simple as that. Yes or no? Let's get a little vote in the live chat. From Deitch to Dutch. Oh, that's right, mate. Yeah, my name's Sean Deitch, and very happy and very proud to see Weghorst sign for United. He's just getting the seat warmed up for me for when I go and join them. So yeah, Deitchy's looking forward to it. Imagine long balls up to Maguire and Weghorst. Precisely, that's it. It's going to give you a different option, though. That is the reality. Like we do have. I think if you actually look at the last couple of games that Tony Martial played, I don't think you could have highlighted that issue any better than the last couple of games that he played, that he is just absolutely gashing the air. Never mind the fact that he may not be clinical in front of goal in general, like when he gets his opportunities with his feet, but just in the air, no, he's not very good. So certainly, I don't know, there's going to be certain games or certain times in games, certainly. Like, let's face it, if you're down in a game, you need a goal. Maybe you stick on a big old slab of a Weghorst, and he comes on and he's this big focal point, 6'6" beast to just ping balls into. Luke Shaw's getting wide, Bruno's getting in there, and they're just whipping these fucking calamitous balls into this big old slab up there. It gives you something different, and that's what we need. Hey, thank you, The Gaming Duo. I appreciate you, bro. How you doing, you legend? He says, smash that like for the legendary pig. Love in the background, mate. Very snazzy. Thank you very much. Yes, we're in the garage today. I'm freezing my munt off, but we are in the garage, and I'm turning it into a makeshift studio. I've still got to finish it and do a video about it, actually. But yes, do as he says, everyone, actually. If you're just getting in the stream, and smash that like button on the video, that helps this channel out and boosts us up on the old algorithm, and it's free. So hit the likes, smash the subscribe, of course. If you're new, you can get involved in the chat if you subscribe. So hit the subscribe button and get yourself involved. Yes, Stu will definitely be happy to bring him in. Happy to have him. Strength to hold the ball up and good at heading. Precisely, yeah, we do need somebody up there that's good at that. If it's the only option, says Pete Morris. Well, I mean, it's not the only option, is it, Pete Morris? We do have options for, bringing in players like João Felix, for instance, which we seem to be bottling it. But, I mean, if we could possibly do something crazy, like maybe go and get both of those players, then obviously it's a loan set up with a hefty fee for João Felix, which is putting United off, and I think they are asking a bit too much, aren't they, for a player who supposedly want away. But, yeah, I mean, it does... Bloody hell, there's a fox outside my window. Can you hear that, guys? Okay, now. That's a bit off-putting, guys. Can you hear that? We turn the gain up, mate. Do one. You know what's going on? It's a bloody fox outside my window, guys. Can you hear that? Anyway, right. Dinner time, Big says it. Right, okay. It's a wolf, says it, man. Oh, shit. Okay, Rushmano, thank you so much. He says, breaking news. Check the info, mate. Thank you so much, bud. Gungshi says, yeah, why not? Can't hurt to have a 6'6" slab up front. Let's check this out, bud. Let's check this out. We've got some information just come in from Rushmano. Let's see what's going on. Oh, what's this? Is this legit? Hold on a second. Don't make me moist, Rushmano. You, okay, interesting. All right then, my friend. That's mad shit. Okay, we need to wait for some more information to come out, but it does look like there's a strong interest from Aston Villa. Aston Villa, there is some information coming out that Aston Villa are on the verge of putting in an offer for Harry Maguire. Okay, Rushmano, thank you very much for the update there. I hope more's going to be coming out on that one, I really do. That'd be absolutely immense, wouldn't it? What a window. What a window if that's true, mate. Well, let's find out. I mean, we need to see if there's one of the, the big daddy reputable sources comes out and says this first. But yes, I mean, it sounds interesting, my friend. Let's hope so. Let's pretty well hope so that Slabo Maguire is on the hit list for Aston Villa. That'd be amazing. I'm about to get burgled by a fox. I am the gaming. Sounds rampant out there, mate. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, hang on. That's a bit big in the corner, isn't it? It's all over my chin. Let's move that. Right, so, yeah, we need João Felix, says Rajat. We don't want Wout. Okay, so João Felix would be a great signing for the short term, or the long term, really, because he is a top tier player. He is only 23. He is, a really established quality top tier talent. Whereas Weghorst is more of a journeyman, as we were discussing yesterday. He's just the sort of guy who's had a bit of a claw to the top in his career. And this is a sort of similar signing that Manchester United need, like the Odi Nagalo sort of vibe. Or just a short-term signing, really, or, to plug a hole for now. He's obviously a really decent player, to be fair. He's a good player, Wout Weghorst, and he's a beast, and he gives us different options. But yes, it is just ultimately a plug-the-hole situation. But if you really want to be ambitious from Man United's point of view, you could go and get both Wout Weghorst and João Felix in this window. It's not a huge investment. We don't expect Manchester United to spend any money really this window, but they're saving £2 million a month from not having Cristiano Ronaldo. So, okay, Ten Hag might not be allowed to go out there in the January window and go and spend huge on players, but there's a little bit of money there that they're probably putting in, just a little bit, but also they've saved from the whole Cristiano Ronaldo situation. That's a couple of million a month. So they've got that money there to just reinvest back into a player or two. So in terms of the money, there's an update earlier on here from Fab with quotes from John Murtagh talking about Manchester United's plans in this January window. And Murtagh's quoted as saying that we won't be busy in January, but it's no secret that we're looking for a new striker. We already spent £200 million in the summer, and this was via to the Telegraph. And he says we're already well underway with our planning for next summer, John Murtagh added. So, just to give you a bit of an idea of where the club is coming from, where the club is at, they did invest heavily, in the summer transfer window. They really did. They spent £200 million. They're not looking to spend 50 or 60 or 70 or 80 million pounds in this transfer window on a huge marquee signing, which is a shame because that's what we kind of need right now. But they are looking to strengthen, hopefully, by getting somebody in. So he literally says we won't be busy in January, but it's no secret that we're looking for a new striker. We already spent 200 million in the summer. So in January, it's not expected that Manchester United are going to spend a lot. These are previous quotes, obviously, from Murtagh. There you go. Simpson says Murtagh won't be busy because we're in the pub. Eddie's football waffle. How's it going, Eddie? Good to see you, mate. Thanks for getting in here, boss. He says we've got 60 likes on the stream. Getting everyone, keep hitting that like button if you're just joining us. Get Felix every day. Yes, spot on. I'm with you, really. To be fair, I think Felix would be a great addition. I just hope that there's a little bit of a positive surprise for Manchester United fans this window, and we do see a double acquisition. It's very unlikely. Okay, we've already got Butland in, but, I'm talking about getting Weghorst and maybe Felix. Perhaps you could say we would have too much in certain areas for all those players at the club to be happy, i.e., you've got to keep Anthony and Sancho happy, and there's Martial and Rashford and Garnacho. We need to be playing Garnacho. But through the middle there isn't that many options. So there's just sort of Martial, Rashford can play up there. It's not bad to have a bit of depth. If United want to maybe win something this season, you need to have a bit of quality. So now's the time to invest. Let me ask the live chat, though, guys, just for fun. How many signings do you think we make from now until the end of the window then? So we've already got that loan signing, but whatever, not counting that. How many signings do you think Manchester United make from now until the end of this window? AR Dan says 1. Clark says 1. Farabi says 1. K Slater thinks we will get 2. Compost thinks 1. Hidden Element says 2. Kane says 1. We may get Weghorst and Kudu says goals for George. Interesting. I mean, there you go. Could be on the cards. Cedric Burner says 1. Tom Fleming. The Hoop Man says 2. And Tom Fleming. Okay, guys. Yeah. Sonic Asylum thinks we can get 2. Very optimistic for you guys. We know what the Glazers shithouses are like. Hashtag Glazers out. But the problem with getting 2 in is that they're going to have to bend somewhere. So either Atletico Madrid get a hefty fee for a short-term deal for João Felix, and we do sort of pay quite over the odds for just a temporary deal, which is unlikely, or we don't, and we just end up with getting Weghorst. But if we get both of them, that would actually show a bit of ambition from us. It would actually be a bit of a genius masterstroke because you're not spending a huge amount of money. You saved a bit on Ronaldo. It's just a couple of short-term deals. Weghorst not going to cost a lot, and João Felix loan deal is going to cost a lot for a loan deal, but it is just a loan deal. It's just essentially just a 6-month loan. So, it's just money down the drain, but it could be well earned, in terms of getting money back into the club by having a good, strong finish or winning a trophy or something. Because he is a quality player, and if you have a bit of ambition, you could go and win something. Yeah, that's right, Raja. Felix is pushing for a loan move out there. It's understood there's not a very great relationship there between him and Simeone and Atletico in general. They did pay a lot of money for him. They want to get money for him back. Perhaps they want to sort of keep him available, so maybe they can sell him properly on a long-term deal, on a complete transfer. But yeah, I mean, he's a classy player. Manchester United would do well to get him. We should try and get him if we can. There's also reports that Arsenal Hollands are interested in bringing this guy in. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it, guys? We can't let the Arsenal Hollands get him. That would be disgusting if that happened, to be fair. So, yeah, I mean, Atletico Madrid president Cerezo has been quoted as saying earlier on today, in regards to the João Felix deal, he said, "In life, there's nothing that is impossible, but it's normal for João Felix to stay at Atletico Madrid." I mean, that's pretty weird words anyway in general. But yes, that's what he said in regards to the João Felix deal. So it sounds like that they're leaving the door open. If they can get the money that they want for him, they will sell him. But if they will loan him. But if they don't get what they want for him, then, it's not worth it for them. They would rather keep hold of him and having an option. So, I don't think it's that realistic, folks, in regards to João Felix. I think we will get Weghorst. I think that's pretty nailed on. He's desperate to come. Besiktas will be compensated for a player that's not even theirs. They're starting to make a few quid. And then, also Burnley will, it's just easy for us to be able to get this player right now. And he is a good player, and he's on the back of a good World Cup. And if you look at the last 5 years of what this player's done, and particularly, the last couple of years where he's been featuring in the international setup for the Netherlands, he's had 19 caps, he's only scored 5 goals or whatever, but he's done well in the World Cup. His statistics are pretty decent. I mean, we're looking at this yesterday, but I'll just pop it up on the screen again. So since the 18-19 season, he's had 181 appearances, 80 goals, 29 assists. One concerning stat, which I saw earlier, we go look at all the different stats, is that, so in England, when he was playing for Burnley, obviously in England, Weghorst made 20 appearances in the top flight with Burnley during the second half of the 21-22 campaign, finding the back of the net on 2 occasions. But, Burnley obviously did do absolutely shite. But there you go. Anyway, that's fine. We're not taking that into account, guys. That was playing for shit in Burnley. Since then, he's obviously been doing well and stuff. I mean, it's not an inspirational signing. Whichever way you look at this, guys, this is just a plug the whole signing. It's not an inspirational signing. It's not something that's going to come in and change anything really. But he is going to provide that depth and something different. So hopefully he will help us out big time. Yeah, always lean CV. There is info on Maguire to Villa, mate. Absolutely, yes. Let's have a look. I mean, there's various outlets reporting this at the moment. I could see, Villa News and also Talk Sport reporting this, and Anil Kandola reporting this on Twitter. I'm waiting for more information to come out personally. But yeah, I mean, it does look like there's a couple of sources that are talking about the potential for Harry Maguire to Aston Villa. Obviously, he's out of favour at Manchester United because of what's happened with Ten Hag coming in. He is trying to change us. Slabby's just too slow, and even though he can be a good defender in terms of like winning aerial battles, winning the ball, heading, his passing good, all that sort of stuff, he just is fundamentally an absolute fucking slug out there. That's the problem. And so we do get exposed at the back, especially when you're high up and the teams counter you. He's all at sea. So the problem with him is apparent. We've got to get rid. I thought we would keep hold of Maguire, and I still think we probably will keep hold of Maguire unless there's a good offer that comes in, because we do need a bit of depth there. But we're starting to see Ten Hag try different things, like Luke Shaw is now considered a left-sided centre-back for Manchester United, who's actually done really well in all the games that he's played there. And we've still got Lindelof, you've still got Phil Jones, Twanzebe, you've still got players that are still capable of coming in and doing a backup job to Martinez and Varane. Martinez and Varane are the main choice guys. They're going to be the new pairing, hopefully the next Rio and Vidic. And they look really good together. And when they get back into the flow of things, we will just need people to come in and deputise for them. But it's a long season. You do need to have depth. My humble opinion is, I don't know, I mean, if there's a good offer, if you can get 30 mil for Slabby Maguire right now, which I say good offer, well, that's 50 million less than we paid for him. We got absolutely mugged off. But still, if there's a 30 million offer right now, maybe it would be a decent sort of time to get rid of him, because his stock is very high after that World Cup where he was decent. He's going to have to deputise and play backup to a lot of the players in the team. Probably doesn't want to do that. Fair play to him. I like his attitude there. He's not just being a Phil Jones melt, hopefully not anyway, and just sitting there collecting his paycheck. He wants to play, hopefully, anyway. I think that's his attitude. So he strikes me as the type of guy that wants to play. So I think he will look to go elsewhere if there's an offer that comes in and he can be first choice main man, and it's a good club. And to be fair, Aston Villa is a good club. That's the sort of club Slabo Maguire should be at. That's the perfect level for Slabo Maguire. It really is. That'd be great. So, you know, I hope it happens. I still think probably, unless we're going to reinvest that though, and maybe go and get another player to come in and just help out in that position, and a youngster or something, I don't know, one for the future, just get somebody. Unless we're going to reinvest, then we kind of need him maybe until the end of the season just for a bit of depth, because beyond, if Varane gets injured, which is likely because he is injury prone, who have we really got to go in there? Yes, we do have like players like Lindelof, Luke Shaw can play there, but what if Malacia is injured or something? What if, you know, you need a bit of depth. So I don't think it hurts really to keep Maguire to the end of the season. Let's ask the live chat though, everybody. Let's have a little vote. If there was an offer tomorrow that came in from Aston Villa to Man United for 30 million quid for Harry Maguire, or 35 million quid, 30 or 35 million quid, right, for Harry Maguire, would you keep him or would you sell him? Let's have a little vote in the chat. Would you keep him or would you sell him? The K Cadet, thank you so much for the super chat, mate. K Cadet getting in here raw. Let's get a love heart in there. He says, Weghorst. What a depressing signing. Right, yeah, well, it's not the most inspired signing, is it? He calls him Weghorst. How dare you, mate? How dare you? How disrespectful do you want to be? But no, fair enough. Look, it's not a great signing, but it could prove to be actually pretty decent for us and pretty shrewd. It's not a lot of money. United have admitted to the fact, as we've seen from those quotes from Murtagh, that we are not looking to spend big money in this window because we've spent hundreds of millions in the summer. So it's just a good signing for a cheap amount that we can get right now, who plugs the hole. So don't really overanalyze it. We're not going to go and spend a £70 million on another player and take our spending to nearly 300 million for the year, because the Glazers shithouses won't do that. I mean, and also they did, in all fairness, just on the face of it, there's all big problems behind the scenes and with the facilities and everything, big problems elsewhere. But just on the face of it, which is all they seem to care about for appeasing the fan base, they did spend a lot of money in the summer on players. So, you know, they're not expected to spend 40 mil or 50 mil or 60 mil. Perhaps if we could sell Harry Maguire, though, we could raise a bit of funds in order to actually go and get a proper inspired signing. So let's have a look at the chat and see what everyone said. Jordan says sell, 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 get rid, sell, 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 but club would turn it down, says Vincent Bullock. Keep to play him in form and get 40 million, says Rajat V. Yeah, but he's probably not going to play though, is he? You can't play him and keep him in form if he's back up to the likes of Varane and Martinez not playing. Yes, McTominay can play centre-half. He does it for Scotland, says Sim. Okay then, okay, but you know, McTominay can play, I suppose, if you need to. If there's an offer that comes in from Maguire and it's a decent one, and you can't sign somebody to help us out for the rest of the season, we still have a lot of options. Even Casemiro, like Casemiro, we've seen how much of a game changer he's been for us in the CDM, but he can play centre back and has done already for us. So if you needed to, let's just say the nightmare situation happened where you let Maguire go, Varane's injured, Martinez is injured, and you've got to play somebody like Phil Jones or Lindelof, or you can still play Casemiro, McTominay. I see what you're saying. It's not great though, is it? Hey, the K Cadet, thank you very much indeed, bud, for the super chat again. He said, we always sign some fucking donkey in January. Why? It's the donkey month for Man United, mate. We that's what we do. We always seem to be after scratching around. We don't do our business in the summertime properly. We could have gone and got other players in the summer, definitely. I don't want to talk about that Gakpo shithouse Liverpool melt because he's gone to Liverpool now, but he was on the cards in the summer. They didn't spend a much cheaper amount then, by the way, to get him. Now we're scratching around for a forward player, but okay, we need a number 9 anyway. But yeah, because we didn't plan forward for the season properly. But also, actually, wait a second. In regards to this position, when you actually think about it, the reason why we've done it this time around, to be fair to him, is because of what happened with that Melt Ronaldo. That is actually the biggest reason. We wouldn't be signing a striker in this window. They would have just done all their business in the summer. We wouldn't even be thinking about signing a striker if Ronaldo didn't go. That's the reality. So on this occasion, Ronaldo threw his toys out the pram. He completely melted. Did that gash-tastic Piers Morgan interview. Now he's playing in Saudi Arabia in a gash blue and yellow kit, which reminds me of some kit I used to play with in the fucking Sunday League. Bloody, what the hell is that kit, mate? It looks like they've just literally gone down to JJB Sports and got the cheapest fucking collection of Pro Star soccer kits that they could possibly get. You know, it's a Gesh kit. That new Ronaldo kit that he's wearing, mate. What a Gesh blue and yellow kit. Anyway. Thank you, K Cadet. I appreciate you, bud. Well, there you go, Kyron Kira. He says, Ronaldo leaving is the best thing that happened to us. Great shout. As a team, we seemed better before Ronaldo came. We had to accommodate him. After a team, we now do seem better with Ronaldo gone. Plus, we don't have as much toxicity in the dressing room. That's the problem. People leaving the game, walking down the tunnel and doing interviews and stuff like that behind the scenes. It's not good. It's not good. Charlie Anthony, I missed your super chat. Did I? Sorry, Charlie Anthony, mate. Let's go back up there. Oh, mate, I've had a mare. I can't see it, actually, bud. Did anybody see a super chat from Charlie Anthony? I missed it. What did you say, pal? Thank you very much, Nat. I appreciate you. I can't see it. Literally can't see it. Oh, hang on. Here it is. I found it. Get in there, mate. It says horsed or not. Horsed or not to horsed? That is the question. I'd say to Horst. I do think we need to get Weghorst in just because it's somebody, isn't it? It's somebody, and we do need to get some goals. Yeah, Cakey Glazonomics, mate. Apparently we're skint. There you go. So even though they milk us dry, even though, you know, we generate so much money, this club, they could invest and have a bit of ambition. Other clubs are doing so. If you actually look at the signings that a team like Chelsea have made so far since the new owner Todd Bowley's come in, it's actually quite staggering. And it would be nice if Manchester United got new owners so we could have that sort of effect on the club, because that's all we really need. We're just one sort of big window, one sort of big boost and support for Ten Hag away from having what we need. If we had a few top tier players that we've gone and spent big money on, you know, people like Bellingham, that would be fantastic. So it's just not going to happen though. But anyway, so yes, it looks like it's quite likely it's going to be coming together with this deal. We've got reports that Burnley have held talks with Besiktas over the cancellation of Wout Weghorst's loan after he pleaded with them to allow them to complete a dream move. So he really wants to leave. Besiktas reportedly need a bit of cash. They're in desperate need of money. It maybe would benefit them because they obviously don't have the contract for this guy anyway, only to the end of the season. So if they stand to make more money than what it was sort of worth just having for the season, then they make a few million quid maybe, or who knows what they're going to make. But then they don't have to pay his wages and they get some money for a player who's not even theirs. Burnley would be interested in getting a bit of cash and selling the player, getting him off the books, the wages are high, all that kind of thing. And the Besiktas president is quoted as saying that if Man United, this is 6 hours ago from Fab, Besiktas director Kazansky, was quoted as saying that if Man United want Weghorst. I want to suck your blood. If they want Weghorst, then they've got to discuss first with Burnley, who will then contact us, which seemingly 5 hours later is now sort of in motion. He said if we accept, loan will be terminated. Otherwise, it will continue until June. He cannot leave like this. There will have to be compensation for us. So that's pretty clear, really. If you're prepared to give them a bit of cash, if Burnley are prepared to compensate them, then we're prepared to compensate Burnley to enough of a degree, then everybody's happy and everybody gets the move. Gangshi, thank you so much, my friend. He says we got 100 likes. Let's get a little love heart in there, my son. And also some red panties. We have got 100 likes on the stream. Thank you, everyone, for hitting that like button, guys. I appreciate that. It helps us out. Do hit the like if you're just joining the stream. We're going to have a Q&A at the end and read everybody's comments out. Just got a bit more news to cover and get into. But yes, do get yourself involved in the chatter with everyone, and I'm just going to get into the rest of it. But hey, Abdullah Irwin, thanks for your highlighted comment, bud. He says, I wish Aston Villa by Harry Potter. Abdullah Irwin, it would be absolutely tremendous, bud, wouldn't it? Hey, look at that. It's an interesting one. Matty Pickett says, Harry Maguire Watkins swap deal. That is very interesting, bud. I like your style, pal. I do like your style, pal. That is actually that's pretty cool. Well, hang on. Sell him. So there's a lot of people that think we should get rid of Harry Maguire, but we have to see. Well, Willie Death Eater says, any source on Villa signing Maguire? Well, there is a few bits of information coming out, but you know what I like to do on this channel? I like to wait for the top tier. No disrespect to anybody, but I like to wait for the top tier journalists, people like Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, these sorts of guys, to come out and clarify the situations first before we really say too much about it. But there are reports. I mean, TalkSport are reporting that, you know, Maguire is on the radar for Villa and they may be interested in making a deal. We've got also a report here from Villa News app which is suggesting that as well. Anil Candola, who is a pundit, don't know too much about him, but he's reporting that exclusive Aston Villa are on the verge of signing Manchester United defender Harry Maguire. 29-year-old is out of favourite Man United. Villa want the English international. More to follow. So we'll just have to wait and see if there's anybody, super reputable that comes out. At the moment, it just seems to me like it could be a little bit hearsay, but wouldn't it be tremendous if that was the case, guys? It would be times to celebrate if we could get some decent money back for him. I don't know how much money they would be willing to pay for him. I'm going to be honest, I think on the back of that World Cup, he is worth decent money. We paid way over the odds for him. Like, some may say we paid over double what he's worth. I think we did, even at the time. Or at least double what he's worth. To be fair, at the time when we signed him, he had a good tournament with England. He was doing well with Leicester. He had a really good season. He probably was worth 50 million quid then. But based on what's happened since then and how gastastic he's been, based on how gastastic he's been since then, I think we've got to say that he's probably worth a lot less than that now. Even 50 million he's less than. We paid 80 million for him. Let's ask the chat. I think he's worth 30 to 35 million pounds. That's a decent amount. I think we've lost 45 to 50 million quid on this guy. How much of a bad investment that was. But let's ask the live chat. How much do you think we could actually get for Harry Maguire if we were to sell him in this transfer window? On the back of a good World Cup, let's not discount the fact that he is a good player. He's just not good enough for what we need. 20 to 30 said Eddie's Football Waffle. 25 to 30 says Rajat. You think he's worth 30 or below, Crafter Tunes? 30 Max the Vutinator. 30 says AR Dan. 3 million says Bankos. We'll be lucky to get 30 says Parallel Sons. Well, would we be lucky to get it? 30 would be a dream, says Berber. Would we be lucky to get 30 for him, though? I think 30 is what he's worth minimum, in all fairness. I know he's a bit of a meme, but what do you get for your money these days in terms of signing English players and English internationals? He's Man United captain, for Pete's sake. That means something. He did cost 80 million. He was hot property a few seasons ago. He's not quite now. But he's definitely worth money. He was just in Southgate's England team, getting reasonably far in the tournament, and he himself performed consistently well throughout the tournament and did well. These things count for something. Plus, he's not ancient. He's what, 28, 29, is he? He's 29 now, Maguire. He's getting on a bit, but he's, for a defender, for a centre-back, these are his prime years. So he's not going to go for 20 mil or 22 mil or something like that. He will be going towards 30, maybe even slightly more than 30 million based on at this moment in time. Because he is still an English international, in his prime, who's just on the back of a good World Cup. He's going to go for decent cash. Dan Davis says 30 million. We ain't going to get half of that for him. United never sell well under these idiots in charge. Nah, come on. We will get 30 mil for him. We'll get 30 mil for him. I think so, Dan. I mean, for the reasons I've just said, he's an international. The only bad thing about him is he is on quite big cash. That's the only concern here. He's only on 180 grand a week. He's on big cash. That's a big bad situation for most clubs taking him on, because that puts you off, and that means that you can't get the most amount of money for him just simply because, he's going to command big money unless he's prepared to go take a pay cut, which I don't think. Minus 30 million says Paddy Pepsi. The Vutinator says, Gungshi, that's way too much. I'll have the twig. Gungshi says 30p in a packet of twig. That's right, yeah. Well, okay, fair enough. I get it, guys. He's not very sought after, but for the right team, he is valuable. For the right team, he could do really well. For the reasons we just mentioned, he did well for England. If you're the sort of team that's going to be a bit of maybe a sort of gash-tastic, slow, defensive, counter-attacking, gash, paper baghead sort of team, like Southgate's team, then maybe it sort of really does make sense. Or, previously for a team like Burnley, under Deitch. Perfect, that sort of vibe. Low block, trash defender, But he's actually okay. Kate says he's a donkey piggy. You don't pay 30 million for a donkey. We paid 80 million for this twat. I mean, what the fuck our recruitment team actually made? Fair enough. And that's crazy to think that people are actually in this live chat saying we're debating the fact that he's not even worth 30 million. And there's a lot of people saying in the chat that he's not even worth 30 million. People saying he's 20 million at tops. Fair play to you, if that's your opinion. And I respect that. But that's crazy, isn't it? You're right, Kate, to think that we went and paid 80 million for a guy that people now, just a couple of seasons later, are debating as to whether or not he's worth 20 million or 30 million. That is absolutely fucking awful recruitment, whichever way you look at it. And he has had a cash couple of seasons. Well, that'll be amazing, Rushman. Now, it sounds like United are are looking for quick cash. I mean, is there any good sources in regards to this, Rushmano, in regards to this, or is it just Gash Talk Sport? What's the deal here? We're waiting for proper sources in regards to Harry Maguire to Aston Villa. Hopefully, we see some information coming out soon, because that would be good for quick cash for us to reinvest. If we reinvested that in this window in another position in the team, great, I'm all for it. Yeah, I'm all for it. Zamiasi, thank you for the super chat here, Zamiasi. What's going on, you absolute Arsenal melter? He says, if we beat City, will you admit we are favourites to win the league? Are you doing a watch-along for Arsenal Spurs? I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know, Zamiasi. We'll see about that, possibly. I mean, we'll see about that. I don't know. Don't usually do other teams. I was thinking about doing the Chelsea City game today, actually. But decided against it. So, I mean, maybe. I don't know, Zane Massey. We'll see. But if you beat City, yeah, no, I won't admit anything, Zane. I still think the wheels are going to fall off. We're going to smash you up for a start and derail you. We've done you 3-1 earlier on in the season. We're going to smash you up again, Zane Massey, and derail you absolute arse and Hollands. There's no doubt in my mind. We're in a good run of form at the moment. You are going down. Nice one, Rush Bono. Thanks for checking, dude. Maguire 190k and Jones 110k. That is pretty crazy, Willie. Yeah, unbelievable amounts of money that we pay these players. There's no real logical explanation for it. It doesn't make sense. Kate Cadet says, if we can get rid of Maguire for 30 million quid, I'll be buzzing. We need to invest that money, every penny of it, right now. So true. I would love to see us get in there. No one gives a crap about Arsenal, Zane. This is the United news time. Spot on, Burby. You're right about that. Hey, Boise, I am playing FIFA tonight, Matty. No problem at all. Definitely will be back on late night, 11-ish, for a cheeky little bit of FIFA action, most definitely. Right, okay, guys. So I'm just going to cover a little bit more information that we've got. So, yes, in regards to this deal, it's hopefully going to be going ahead. We know that Besiktas are discussing things with Burnley, and they're trying to reach some sort of an agreement to compensate Besiktas for this, because they did make an agreement. They are paying money. They did pay money, I guess, a fee and wages to this guy in order to get this guy on loan for the remainder of the season. So they need to be compensated, and then we need to compensate Burnley. The details of the transfer or the loan, these things, whatever it is, are going to come out shortly. We don't know what Manchester United's true intentions are, but it seems like we're trying to acquire this guy properly. So we'll have a look and see if we can get him off of those Burnley scummers. There's still reports as well. Let's just get into some of the other sort of transfer news that we've got. There's still reports that João Felix is on the radar for Manchester United. There's still reports Arsenal Hollands are interested in that guy still. So there's clubs that are exploring the possibility of bringing in João Felix. In an ideal world, we would bring in both Weghorst and João Felix. Maybe the sale of Maguire or something like that. That would be ridiculous, and if that could happen, could facilitate that sort of move for Manchester United, a double acquisition, maybe, even if it is just a short-term couple of players. But I think it would definitely be a good window for us if we could generate a bit more cash and actually reinvest that. But yes, João Felix is on the radar as well. Also, a report come out earlier from Court Offside in regards to Manchester United exploring the option of Memphis Depay. Just saying that we explored the option of signing Memphis Depay in the summer, obviously. But the Barcelona forward could be one to watch if the right offer comes in this January. Still, there's a link to Memphis Depay for Manchester United. Let's hope that's not the case, although he's decent as well. But, there's a few Dutch players that have been linked heavily with us recently just because of Ten Hag. And it makes sense. Ten Hag would perhaps be more interested in bringing these guys in, such as Wout Weghorst. Hence why we're bringing this guy in as well. There's a connection there. So it does make a bit of sense if we went and gone and got somebody like that. Also, there's definitely just other options going on, guys, of other strikers, I guess, that we're looking at. People that we talked about till we're blue in the face in the last couple of vids, so I'm not going to go over all the list again. But everybody that, we talked about, there's still a chance that somebody could be brought in as well, particularly if we are able to raise money. But I personally think you've got to take that Maguire news with a big pinch of salt, because I don't even consider that a legit. I don't consider that a legit outlet at all as regards to. I mean, it may come out. They may have an exclusive. It may come out, and it may say that that's the case shortly. I hope that's the case. I really do. But I don't think we can say anything too much about Maguire right now. Yeah, that's right, 21 Nick P. The board and owners are still shite. That's true. You're absolutely right, bud. Certainly need to get them tossed pieces out of the club, and once we do, maybe that will set us in good stead to be able to actually build and do things in this football club. It will do. It will do if we've got the right owners. I mean, we don't want to be lumbered with some other gash owners who are looking to milk this club. You've got to be careful there. But if we do get the right the right team upstairs, but also, the owners. That's the idea. Let's just have a look at the result, the scoreline in the... Oh, shit, Man City are smashing up Chelsea 3-0. Well, I'm glad I didn't watch that game, to be fair. I'm very glad I didn't watch that piece of shit game, mate. Who needs it? Right, okay, guys, so we're going to get into the live chat now, everybody. We're going to have a little chat, see what you legends are saying about this whole situation. We've seen a few topics today, such as Manchester United's potential acquisition here of Weghorst, and just rumours coming out now that perhaps there is interest from Aston Villa to sign Harry Maguire from Manchester United. Let's discuss it. Malp says he thinks Maguire will go. Club need to raise the funds for January signings. It makes sense. Hey, maybe so, bud. Let's face it, this guy is probably not going to play that much between now and the end of the season because he's so far down the pecking order now, behind Varane, Martinez, even Luke Shaw. I would much rather play Shaw than Maguire in almost any game if Varane or Martinez is not available. What about you guys? Shaw or Maguire? Who comes in as your secondary backup, or your backup, sorry? Who comes in for your backup if Varane and Martinez are not available for whatever reason? Is it Shaw or is it Maguire? Let's have a vote in the chat there. Yeah, we are playing Reading. That was drawn earlier on. 4th round of the FA Cup, we're playing Reading, absolutely. Zayn Miyasi, thanks for another super chat, Zayn. He comments and says, Manchester United face missing out on João Felix to Arsenal because of the Premier League's loan rules. Zayn Miyasi, listen, I've told you. Listen, I do the news around here, bud. No, we're doing the transfer news on here, bud. You coming in here, this is Man United transfer news. This isn't Arsene Holland's gashtastic transfer news, bud. You came in here yesterday and said that the deal was already done. So, ergo, your opinion means nothing, bud. Your statement is not to be paid attention to by anybody in the chat. Do you understand me, Jamie Ashley? Everybody, discount and discredit what Jamie Ashley has just said. Even if it was true, it doesn't seem true coming from you. So please don't say words like that in the live chat, Jamie Ashley. Yes, I believe he is a closet United fan as well. Hey, First Class Gamer, how you doing? Welcome in, you legend. Get in there. Well, good to see you. I hope you're having a good one, my friend. Arsenal, says Srinidhi. Good one, Srinidhi. Yeah, that's right. So we don't want to know about Arsenal's transfer news, but we were talking about the possibility that Arsenal were interested in Felix. If he did go to Felix, I would be pretty disappointed in Manchester United. I'd be very disappointed in Manchester United if Arsene Holland's go and get him. It's a great time for Arsene Holland to be looking for a player like that because they are sat atop the league. And it will strengthen them considerably. If you're a lone player thinking, we could go and maybe just go and win a fucking Premier League title maybe just for 6 months jolly and have that in my trophy cabinet. Well, I don't know. It is actually kind of appealing for somebody to want to go to, just to get onto your shithouse club. But only because you're first at the moment. But you won't. I don't think you'll remain first. I still expect the drubbing to ensue soon and the wheels to fall off. Okay, let's have a look at the chat with a vote there. We asked you Maguire or Shaw to come in as a backup. And Malp says Shaw. Jordan says Shaw. AR Dan says Shaw. Gungsi says Shaw. Sonic Asylum says Shaw. Amit Kumar says Shaw. Vincent Bullock says Shaw. Sheldon Neville Fishing says Shaw. Duncan says Shaw. Shaw looking Shaw at centre-back, says Eddie's Football Waffle with Mohammed, yeah, Pete Morris. Everybody's saying Luke Shaw to come in there at centre-back as a backup. So that's the Ten Hag effect. You know what? Ten Hag is a bit of a don, isn't he? Just the amount of development he's actually done already. It's only been a few months already since he's been in here of the squad to be able to get players developing in certain positions and doing well. Players like Rashford doing what he's been doing. And even Wan-Bissaka in the last few games. Dalot this season in general. Luke Shaw is incredible. He's had a real good resurgence at left-back. But also now he's like a centre-back as well. Nobody's ever really thought to play Luke Shaw at centre-back apart from in a back three, which makes more sense. But, he is actually very capable. He covers well. I mean, there was one moment in the last game where I think he just forgot that he was playing centre-back, to be honest. And he just really seemed to gravitate out to the left side and leave a bit of a hole. But other than that, he's been pretty flawless at centre-back. So you've got to credit Ten Hag for just having that ability. He's also done things like play Casemiro at centre-back. And just when he's made these sort of random decisions, or not necessarily random decisions, these shrewd decisions, when he's made these decisions, they've paid dividends. And Casemiro looked really solid at centre-back in that particular game that he played him in. And he's done some really good stuff. I think he's quite an intelligent person when it comes to tactics and just knowing who to play, when to play, man management, squad management, all that sort of stuff. He definitely seems like somebody that's going to improve this team and actually tactically very astute. So let's hope that continues, guys. We need that. Plus, he's an authoritarian, but he definitely deserves credit with how he has developed those players. Sibbo1 says, free Maguire, let him go. It's remarkable what Ten Hag's done so far, says Paul Holland. Yeah, and you look at his win ratio, it is pretty exceptional. Keshav says he's a no-nonsense guy. Players now get that. That's right. If you want to be here, then you're going to have to get down and knuckle down. We do have another report as well here that came out sort of last night. I mean, again, I personally don't even credit this as a news outlet. But the Mail, the Daily Mail reporting this, and I don't really credit them as a news outlet, my friend, as a reputable one anyway. So I take everything that they say with a truckload of salt. But they reported that basically Ten Hag and Richard Arnold are looking to introduce a new 200k a week sort of pay cap, salary cap, pay per week salary cap, 200 grand a week for new signings. So it basically ensures that no players paid too much or paid any much more than anybody else. And that maybe they're looking to get David De Gea to make a big reduction of about 150k per week in order to, for them to stay or whatever and adhere to this salary cap. I take it with a pinch of salt. I mean, I would like that to be the case, that these people are just going to come in and we're going to make the right signings and we're going to try and tighten the purse strings a little bit there. But also, in this day and age with what's going on in football, if you have a 200k a week salary cap, that's great. But the other teams aren't going to have a 200k a week salary cap. And then the best top tier players, they're not going to go and play for Manchester United for 200k a week than when they can go and get 350k a week going to play for one of the other top teams in world football. It just doesn't really make sense. So unfortunately, it'd be nice if there was a general league-wide, salary cap. But unfortunately, I just think it's BS and it just wouldn't work because there's already players at United that are on significantly more than that. You can't expect people to sign up for less than that. And also, you're just not going to be able to attract the top-tier talent. That would work well for the Glazer shithouses to tighten the purse strings and not spend as much money. But it doesn't keep up with the Joneses, and not Phil Jones. I don't mean Phil Jones here. Yeah, so a lot of PR guffs as Rajat Fee. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think it's really a very wise move for us to do that anyway. It's nonsense, says Compost Smurf. That's right. So anything that usually comes from the Daily Mail or is broken by TalkSport, etc., usually I just discredit it. But, not always. Sometimes, if you throw enough shit at the wall, sometimes it's going to stick. You know what I mean? They get it right sometimes, some of these outlets. The Vutinator, he says, people wanted consistency from Erik ten Hag and players, wins galore. Clean sheets, Rashford on fire. I'd call that being consistent. And Erik ten Hag's only been here 7 months. Yeah, and he had to get rid of Ronaldo. Now the team's better again. He's done wonders. You're absolutely right. And the signings he's made, all bar maybe one of them, have all lived up to or exceeded expectations so far, and there's still plenty of time for the other one, which is Anthony, to exceed expectation and live up to expectation as well. And the only reason he's not really doing that's just because of the price tag, which is not really his fault. But he does need to start bossing it a little bit more, doesn't he? So you're right, yeah, we have had consistency. Maria Steer says, you think the deal may not happen with the Turkish club wanting Dosh as well as Burnley. I mean, I think it could happen because they won't want that much money. Let's say, I don't know what their deal is with Burnley in regards to how much they paid as a fee, because there's two ways you can loan players out to other clubs. You can either loan a player out by just letting them go out on loan and the club is paying a percentage of their wages or all of their wages, and that enables you the ability to recall them at any time. If you decide, hey, we've got an injury or two, we need this player back, you can recall that player and the club who you've loaned them to doesn't have much say in it. Or at least that's how it used to be anyway. I think it's still the same. Or you pay a fee outright and then it's essentially like an agreed lease, like a contract, like a loan, a proper loan where you are paying a fee. And if the other club wants him back, there's not much they can do about it. They either have to give you your money back and come to an agreement with you or compensate you to get him back because you've agreed to actually lease that player out to them for a while. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. Obviously, that's the case that it seems to be here. So Besiktas will need to be compensated in order to part ways with this guy who they obviously wanted for a reason and is a good player and he is on the back of a good World Cup. By the way, everybody, we have actually got a nice amount of likes on the stream, 132. There's 192 legends watching. We can do better than that though, my friends. Bacon Brigade, assemble! Hit the like button, help us compete with clickbaiters and corporations by smashing that like button, everybody. Hit the thumbs up and get yourself in there raw and subscribe to the channel. If you want to chat in the chat, by the way, for this Q&A at the end of the stream, make sure you smash that subscribe button. We're on here daily, giving you all the latest updates in a no bullshit way. So come and join us. Great community of legends around here as well. And we let everyone have their say, as long as you're not a complete minge bag anyway. All right, let's do this. Bristolian Mackham, he says, all right, Piggo, listening to you whilst going to see a man about a dog. Oh, I see. Interesting. Low-key sounds dodgy, mate. Maguire to Aston Villa. Let's hope so, Aidan Feeney, man. I really hope you're right, bud. So, yes, you know, still, thank you, Rush Money, for more updates coming through here in regards to this situation. So we'll just have a look at this Maguire situation real quick, see if there's any more updates. Some reports coming out that Besiktas really don't want to depart, you know, with Wout Weghorst easily, but Man United may have to just pay a little bit of cash to Burnley in order for Burnley to pay a bit of cash to them. So there's definitely ways that this deal can fall down if there's no agreement between the two clubs. Not much really we can do for getting Wout Weghorst. We have to hope that Besiktas are happy and that Burnley are happy. So it's like a little bit of a forward chain going on this one, unfortunately. But there you go. Also reports coming out in regards to Maguire, you know, just that we may be looking to get some quick cash to sell him. But again, the only outlets I'm seeing here really is TalkSport. So, you know, there you go. It's TalkSport, guys. Anyway, so Maguire, let's hope so, guys. Let's hope for some more information coming out about it. I don't want to jump the gun on that one at all, but it would be brilliant. It would be absolutely brilliant. Johnny M, hey, how you doing there, Johnny M? Hope you're doing, boss. Yes. I mean, really, if that were the odds, that would be brilliant. Talk shite, precisely talk shite, mate. It's just talk shite, isn't it, Stu? Maguire is captain material, need leadership, says Abjif. Well, there you go. He is a captain, and for the right team, he is a good captain leader, I suppose. Just not for Manchester United. He doesn't live up there with, you know, the sort of captains of Robbo and Keno and these peeps. Good one, though. Midgard says, we played City with no Casemiro. Let's see when we meet again, says Midgard. Precisely. We have come a long way since then. We have actually had, like, development. The players looking good. Casemiro's just been a formidable change for us in that midfield. Simple Jack Live, thank you for getting in here. How you doing, Jack? He says, smash the like, Bacon Brigade. Thank you, Simple Jack. I appreciate you, my son. That's very nice of you. Hope you're good today. Pascal Shelton says, Piggy, do you have Weghorst card in your FIFA Manager game? Well done against Barcelona. No, I do not, Pascal Shelton, actually. Thank you for getting in, Pascal. Bollocks says, rush up Valacia. He's not United material, says Johnny M. Yeah, that's right. I think Maguire, in terms of what's happened with him, he came to United for a great opportunity. It's just not really quite lived up to it. It's not for lack of trying. He has tried. It's not like you can ever say, oh, he's taken the foot off the gas, or he's just tried to, you know, coast by, or he's just Paul Pogba'd it, or he's Phil Jones'd it, or something like that. You can't really say that. He's actually always given it his full-blooded best. Only problem is he's just not quite right for this club. Some players aren't. It happens to some of the best players. Think about a player like Juan Sebastian Veron or Diego Forlan. Those players are some of the best players ever in the game, in all honesty. Those players are amazing. We had those players at United for spells. It did not really work out to the level that it did for them elsewhere at Manchester United, for whatever reason. Well, the same things happened with Maguire. He's just not really a good fit for this football club. Yes, SM3 says he'd love to see Slabby in a Villa shirt. Casemiro's been a machine, definitely, Rajat. Keshav Chandang Singh comments, we could seek out the Gonzalo Ramos road. Good young player, and not too expensive at the moment. Did well in the Portuguese Liga. You say not too expensive, but he might be quite expensive. So he's got a release clause of, I think it's like 100 million on him. Now, they're not going to get that for him right now for a release clause. Nobody's going to pay that. But because he's got that release clause on him, they don't really have to sell him for anything less than a good amount of money. I think Gonzalo Ramos would probably command quite a bit, 50, 60, 70 mil. Who knows? Who knows? He's 21. He does have a good goal scoring record over there. He did have a good sort of spell in the World Cup there. So, yeah, he would be quite a lot of money. He's got a long, lengthy contract. I don't know. I just don't think we're going to spend big money on a forward at the moment. But yeah, you know, there's a few players out there. There's Osserman. There's Gonzalo Ramos. There's Vlahovic. There's Mitrovic. There's a few players that we could acquire by spending decent cash on that would help us. So we just need to get somebody there. By June, they would want 75 or 80 mil, says Rajat. RJ says, if we lose Maguire, we need another centre-back signing in. I kind of think so too, RJ. I guess we don't want to have a skeleton squad. We do have some other defenders there as we've gone through the list. Quite a few players in the background, like Phil Jones and Lindelof, Shaw. So technically, if you've got Malacia who's fit, you can play him left back. You've got Wan-Bissaka and Dalot as well. At a push, you could play Dalot left back and Wan-Bissaka right back, if they're the only ones fit. But essentially, you can play Luke Shaw left-sided centre-back now, and then you've got a choice of all those other defenders to partner him. If Varane and Martinez, for whatever reason, are not available, you need to rotate. There are a lot of games. I think we do need to get in another defender. I would like somebody young and good and hungry who could maybe do well for the future. We were linked to Jurriën Timber in the summer. He's young and a good player, and he could play centre-back, right-back. But Ten Hag knows him, obviously. Don't know if that's that realistic, but somebody of that mould who's young and is going to get better and can come in and do a rotationary role for now. But in a few years' time, once Varane's ready to hang up his boots, this guy's going to be the next Varane. That's the sort of player we need to go and acquire now, really, if we're going to get rid of the slab. Recall buy, says Compost Smurf. There you go. Well, it depends on the terms of the deal. Is Weghorst a gain to lower? Felix amount? Interesting. That's an interesting point. Bit of PR spin maybe from United to try and, like you say, convince Atletico Madrid to maybe take less money because otherwise they might not get anything for this guy and he might be staying there ultimately, you know? So, yes, that could be the case. Interesting, Rushpano. What's this you just sent me here? Okay. Right. Okay, but I don't know about that one, but okay. Right. Anyway, he's just sent me a picture of Harry Maguire having a coffee with Ten Hag and apparently Villa's agent. I just don't, it's from, the account is from, it's what, Ten Hag's, well, hang on, what's this account this is from? Ten Hag era. Okay. Right. I think this is wishful thinking from everybody in the chat right now. I think this is wishful thinking. Let's hope this happens, guys. I really do. 50-50 says Rushman. Look, let's hope this happens, guys. Let's wait for some more proper information to come out from the top tier journos. That's what we have to do right now, guys. This always happens. There's always some sort of Twitter storm. This player, well, we're going to get fucking, De Jong, and we're going to get this player, or whatever it is. Just for a couple of hours. And it's fucking annoying unless we actually have some proper confirmation. We do need proper confirmation, Rosmano. Absolutely, yes. Thank you very much for the update, though. It's definitely, it's definitely being discussed about. We have to talk about these things because it is being discussed right now, like breaking as we were on the stream. Not that breaking, but it is trending on Twitter. Maguire to Villa is trending on Twitter. So that does mean something. It's being discussed right now. But yeah, we'll wait until there's a bit more information coming out. Right, guys. So very quickly, I want to shout out everyone that's retweeted this stream. So on Twitter, we put the link to this. It's actually at the top of the live chat, guys. If you want to give us a quick retweet, there's still time, and I'll give you a shout out. I'm just going to shout out everyone on Twitter who gave this show a retweet. It really does help the channel out when you share it around. Gets a few more people watching, more than likely. So please do continue doing that. Smash the retweet on Twitter. That helps us out. And smash that like button over here and the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications. We will be back on tonight. Probably 9 or 10 round about then to give you the latest evening's news in regards to Manchester United and covering all the latest goings on. Hopefully there's some good breaking news in regards to United. We're not going anywhere just yet. I'm going to read a bunch more comments out, but I just want to read everybody's tweets out here. Okay, so thank you everyone who's retweeted this, guys. 7 legends have retweeted on Twitter. I appreciate each and every one of you. Feline Fur, you legend, get in there, guys. You much love to you, my son. Feel free to inbox me on Twitter bait if you want to talk privately. Just send in my love and thoughts your way, Mr. Gungshi. Tap Fuma, get in there, and also transfers _UTD, get in there. Rushmano, thank you so much for sharing this. So Stu, Kane, AR Dan, appreciate you guys so much. Thank you very much, all of you guys. Right, let's get stuck into the chat for a few minutes, then we're going to wrap this video up. Thank you, Eddie's Football Waffle. He says, we'll hit a retweet. Can you pin the link, Pigo? Oh shit, did I not pin the link? Mate, I melted, bud. Oh, yeah, no, that's why. I didn't even pin the link. Oh, thank you so much, man. I thought I pinned it. I put it at the start of the show. Oh, shit. I've actually had a mare. Okay, well, never mind. Thank you to the 7 people who retweeted it there, man. That is awesome. I thought I... Right, hang on. Okay, there it is. No worries, Don Gungshidi. Much love to you, my friend. Sorry, Abjif, your super chat. Yeah, he said United should get Immobile from Lazio, a goal machine. Yeah, but we actually want somebody who's mobile, though. You know what I mean? Not somebody who's immobile. You know what I mean? We want somebody who can move about a bit, mate. No. Fair enough. Ciro Immobile. I know who you mean, mate. Good shout. I like your style. Well, it's unrealistic. It's unrealistic, but I like your style. Okay. Well, let's read a few more out, guys. Then we're gonna have to wrap this puppy up. Our midfield's on fire, Kyron Curry. You're spot on, dude. I know Casemiro, Ericsson, those two, what a combo. If those are fit, we're fine. But we do need depth there in the summer. For now, we can get by with just those two and McTominay and Fred and those guys deputising. But in the summer, we are going to have to make a signing in that position. Arsenal must play again twice after we played our games against Arsenal and City. If we win these games, we make a real gamble to get the trophy. Yeah, Pascal. If we could beat or get results from Arsenal and City or get 4 points out of those 2 games, I think we've got a good chance of challenging, honestly. Seriously. Midgard says Felix is a playmaker whilst Weghorst is a striker. Can't have one without the other because Felix alone won't get us goals like Weghorst. Well, you know, he's versatile. He can play up top. But I feel you, though. Yeah, he's going to be more of a CF centre-forward type, player. I think you're right, though. Get both of them, mate. There's no reason not to. Get both of them, man. I couldn't agree more. So there is the Twitter. I didn't pin it, did I? Let me pin it. But anyway, thank you to everybody who gives it a retweet. You're a bunch of legends. We've had a few more legends. Let me give you a shout out. Thank you to Eddie's Football Waffle, AR Dan, Anthony Young, and Vincent Bullock for retweeting the show, guys. Okay then, everybody. So I'm going to wrap this show up then. Thank you, everybody, for watching this stream. You're a bunch of legends. There's the latest news in regards to Wout Weghorst and a bit of Harry Maguire stuff. We're going to get on tonight around about 9 or 10. Keep a lookout for the latest evening news. I'm sure there'll be some information. It seems like it's one of those days where there's going to be a bit of hot news coming out this evening. So keep a lookout. Make sure you smash that bell icon so you get notifications for the streams so you don't miss them. You can keep an eye out on the Twitter. We post all them on Twitter as well. So join the Twitter at Flying Pig United. Also join the Discord. We post everything in the Discord, in the announcements section. And you can join the Discord by putting an ! Discord in the live chat. And then you can join the Discord. So please do that. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch at Flying Pig United. So, please do that. And you can check the website out for United News, flyingpigunited.com. The merch site, if you want to get a Glazers Out shirt, is Flying Pig United. No, it's not. It's flyingpigclothing.com. Thank you, Elliot. Thank you, Johnny Ann. Thank you. Hey there, Luan France. Get in there. And Beef Bully and everyone, all the legends. Thank you, Vincent Bullock, Kyron Carew, Abjif, the Hoopman, Gungshi, Reaper, Luan France, Eddie's Football Waffle, Elliot, Johnny, just everyone. Thank you, all the moderators like Gungshi and Eddie and Vutinator and Rushmano and all the legends. Thanks to Rushy for the updates throughout. Thank you to Boise, all the members like Boise, Luan, Reaper, Hoopman, Johnny M, all the members of this channel. Thank you, everyone, for watching. All these super chats like Zamiasi, Abjif, etc. Thank you, everyone, for supporting the show, guys. And that is going to be it from me. Cheers. Catch you in a bit. Keep a lookout, guys. We will be back on covering all the latest Breaking United news, so keep yourself locked. Thank you, Twalumba. Thank you, Anthony Ong and Pascal Charlton and everybody. That's it from me. Have a great one, guys. I'll be back shortly with the evening news. Thank you, Pete Morris and all the legends of the channel. I'm out of here. Catch you on the next one. And come on, United. Now's the time. Sort your bloody lives out. See you in a bit. Hashtag Glazers out. Kiss out, my friends. Let's get hashtag Glazers out in there. See you soon. We want Glazers out. I said we want Glazers out. We want Glazers out. I said we want Glazers out. We want Glazers out. I said we want Glazers out. Piss off, Glazers. See you in a bit, guys. Thanks for watching. A shout out. Thanks to all the channel members of this stream, of this channel. You're a bunch of legends. Thank you. Honestly, it does really help support the show and the channel, mate, and enable me to do these things. I appreciate each and every one of you. This does need updating, actually, this members outro, because it hasn't been updated for a while. It's a bit of a ball ache these days updating this, to be honest. Just simply because of YouTube brought in that new gifted members thing. I don't mind it. I like it. It's good. I'm just saying now it's a ball ache. See you on the next one, guys. Thank you for watching.